Everybody, welcome to the Brainal Podcast. This is episode 42. It is September 14th, 2016. I am Jippy Condyle.
And I am Frozen GFX.
Oh.
And Mr. Giggles.
Hey, good coffee.
Let's say the things.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Oh,
yes.
Shenanigans.
This is good coffee, and I'm Mr. Giggles.
Mr. Coffee and
Mr.
Good Giggles.
Mr. Good.
Oh. Whoa.
That was just unfortunate.
That's an edit.
That's not anywhere going.
I don't even know what I just said.
How about let's...
The best part is you really didn't try to say anything.
No, that's the thing. But I'm afraid people would take that the worst way possible.
What did I say?
Let's not revisit it. Let's forge on.
Rewind.
Why don't we go ahead and start off with what we've been playing? How about that? How about them apples?
Oh, up them out.
I love apples.
Giggles, you go for it first. Update us.
Oh god.
Like the past year.
Yeah. Okay. The big two are Dragon Age Inquisition. I finally went back and beat that. And obviously a new release, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, the greatest game that has ever been and ever will be. And Jeppy sucks. And yeah. I also dabbled in the betas for Riders of Icarus, which is an MMO, a couple months back, and also Tree of Savior, which I actually think has been officially released. I was playing it on Steam a little bit.
How is that, the Riders of Icarus? I've seen a bunch of ads for it up on Facebook, but I haven't checked it out.
It's very dynamic in the sense that the world is truly open and you can fly wherever you want. I'll be honest, I only played until level 6 or 7. I don't know. It was really an exciting concept, but it's really not. You can't call something open world if it's based on levels, and you really can't go anywhere because if you fly into another area, you're just gonna kind of die. But I think it would be fun if I had a group of people to play it with, to be honest. But it's only in beta, so they're still working out the kinks. I can't say anything more on it. It would be unfair to the game.
Sure.
Cool. Coffee, what about you?
I been playing. Well, I beat Metroid Prime. I beat the first Metroid.
Nice. Just for the record, not for the first time.
No, not at all. I was from the collection, and I've been enjoying the collection quite a bit. I forgot how good those games were. I mean, it was a reason it got Game of the Year back in, I think it was 2002, 2004. I don't remember. One of those. Anyway, I started playing Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot more than I first did, thanks to the improved controls from the Wiimote. So I've been playing that.
That's cool.
Played a little Mario Galaxy 2 as well. I don't know. I guess I'm getting all
Nintendo-y?
Nintendo-y and Wii-ish.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been gaming on recently. That's about it.
Cool. What about you, Frozen?
Well, as far as new things, I jumped back into Star Fox, and it's kind of funny, Coffee, that you were saying you went back into like a Nintendo-y type of thing, because I just dusted off my Super Nintendo again and jumped back into Star Fox. Still trying to go after, that speed run.
Twin Galaxies.
Yeah, but I was just having fun with this go around and just kind of reliving childhood. I was playing that. I played some Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome stuff. And then a little bit of Destiny, which is nothing new. Been doing that forever. And I made a little bit more progress in Obstruction, which is getting. I'm sorry.
Abduction.
Yeah.
Tell us more about Obstruction.
Yes. Tell us about your obstructions.
Hold on.
I can't see past it. I mean,
It's in the way.
Oh my
it's in the
Lord.
way.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm really liking that, and Jeffy, I definitely recommend it to you. I haven't gotten that far into it, but already I'm loving it.
Nice.
Arby's. Okay.
Yep. Just like
Yeah,
Arby's.
roast
Yeah.
beef
Just like
sandwiches.
ours.
Yeah.
They have the meats.
This episode has been brought to you by Arby's and ignorance.
Mostly ignorance.
Well, we've also been playing a little Street Fighter, right?
Oh, that's right. We jumped back into some streets.
Jump back into the streets.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Population, you're pain.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Play any more Last of Us?
Yeah, I actually did. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, no
Oh
problem.
God, you haven't beaten it yet? God, stop!
Oh,
No. Don't tell him to
Right
stop.
now.
He might
Get to
actually
work.
stop. Don't let him stop. Don't
no, I
stop.
have played. I remember vividly where I stopped. It was a pretty big event. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick that up again, probably tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah, hopefully before we're all dead. Be great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks. I'm getting
Dang.
zinged by Mr. Giggles. Awesome.
Mr. Singles.
Well, at least it only happens once a year, so it's not too bad. It's good.
Coffee.
Unfiltered.
Cold brew.
No, we need to filter the crap out of him.
Metal Gear.
So I just started the new Phoenix Wright game about an hour ago. Really like it. It's good old Phoenix Wright, and
Oh, I heard it sucked.
I heard it's good new Phoenix Wright.
and then on top of that, today. I've been playing Destiny with Frozen, but today I finally tried the private matches. That crap was fun. It was a lot of fun to have control over. And I never would think to do private matches because even with Call of Duty or other multiplayer shooters, I don't typically do private matches. But in Destiny, it's pretty dope.
Is it just one-on-one?
I was playing with 2v2.
Okay.
But you can make it 1-on-1. You can make it, I think, 6v6 if you wanted to. You can actually have a fire team of 12 people, from what I hear. Any of the maps that have come out, you can have them. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And there apparently are extra ghosts in the Crucible maps now. So you can go in there and look for them. I think they're 27. I randomly stumbled upon.
Nice.
Yeah, in Memento, but it was awesome. So, aside from that, I forgot to mention last week. No, actually, no, I feel pretty good. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, South Park. That's what I'm playing. South Park Stick of Truth is freaking hilarious and awesome, and it's such a perfect mixture of playing an RPG in the style of Super Mario RPG, the original, with not visually, but with the combat style, and watching a South Park episode. That stuff's pretty funny. But outside of that, that's pretty much it as far as what I can think of. But either way, so we got some news, but the first thing I'd like to talk about is a PS4 update. Have all of you updated?
I just did. I don't haven't really checked it out. I just, I was watching Netflix on it earlier, but I haven't really navigated it.
Gotcha. Frozen, why don't you tell me your of what you've been exposed to so far, your favorite feature of the update, please.
I think my favorite feature right now is the quick menu and how I can customize that to have a shortcut to things that I use most often. Primarily the online status and the power options. I really like the notifications, the way that they've revamped the look of the notifications that you receive. I haven't dabbled much into folders, if at all, but
Missing out.
yeah, I know that's one thing you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it, man. It feels fresh. It feels brand new.
It's funny. If for those of you who don't know, the quick menu is where you just hold down the PS button for a little bit. Um, it's funny because the subtle nature of that screen not taking up the whole screen and you still seeing what's happening, a little bit of what's in game, is pretty substantial to me. But ironically, they use less room to give you more information, which is really cool. The folders is awesome because it was getting kind of a pain in the butt to find a particular game I want to play, especially if I haven't played in a while. Even though I have to remember to use the microphone function, the speak to whatever function is pretty cool. But yeah, I love the update a lot. I think it's really cool. One thing I forgot to mention, they did mention this last week. Forgot about it, but apparently they were able to software patch in HDR support in this update. So
Huh.
all PlayStation 4 models have HDR support. Um, that's cool if you got a TV that has that. I personally don't have one. That's
Neither.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I also like the fact that you can schedule events for upcoming play. So
That I think that's been there.
really,
Yeah.
well then I guess they just pushed it to the forefront because
They're like, hey, you could schedule event. Yeah.
yeah, so that's pretty cool. That definitely will come in handy in the future when we get the Rise of Iron, do new raids and stuff.
Yeah, they also, and this is not for this update, but for the last update, you could even schedule a new party forming with specific people, and anyone who accepts the invite will automatically get put into that party at that time, which is pretty cool.
Nice, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
But another little thing that I don't think many people know about is you can, for your own profile, put what's called a cover image. So when somebody looks at your profile on the PS4, you'll have a custom background, I guess, uh, behind your icon, which adds some nice context, as far as personalization. Um, and you can use any of the screen captures you had on your PS4, or I'm assuming any photos you've imported somehow. It's pretty cool.
Yes, Jeppy in front of a fireplace. Lying
George
on a
Costanza style.
bearskin rug.
There it is.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I look exactly like George Costanza.
Yes.
Yes.
Spot on, Steve.
He literally is George Costanza. Just saying, bit, bit, bit.
Yeah, so I really like the update. I hope you guys dip more into it.
I'll dip more into it when I have the time to dip.
See, I knew I shouldn't have said that word with you, Coffee.
Dipping it in.
Tipping so hard.
Dipping sauce.
Dipping dots.
Dipping.
Put my hand up on your hip when I dip, we do.
Dip and whip.
I think the update's cool. I honestly haven't played with it that much myself. So
Good job picking that off the ground and presenting that up.
has anyone here? Does it feel at all? And Jeppy, I'm going to assume that you've played with it a little bit.
Why you gotta say it
Yeah,
like
he
that?
has.
It did a little diddly.
But I don't know. In a way, it kind of feels like Xbox menu if Xbox menu wasn't so crappy. Like it's like if they improved it to like they took what Xbox was and they're like, man, this could be really good if it didn't suck.
See, I don't feel that at all. It does feel a little bit more snappy to me. But for the record, I hate the Xbox One.
And so do I. But I
I
feel like
hate-
I feel like when I opened it up, the first thing I felt like when they pulled the side menu up was like, I'm like, I feel like in a weird way, I'm on an Xbox, but it's so much better than an Xbox because it's not an Xbox.
Because it's not an
Face bombing
Xbox.
right now. Okay.
Yes.
Whoa.
In a weird way is in not at all.
But at the same token, the menu made me feel like I was doing that.
The quick menu.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could see is the fact that the quick menu slides in from the left.
It's
Well,
the fact that
that's
it
the
pops
same.
up on the left.
What's so
It's
funny?
white. It's a white menu, just like the other one, but it's much easier to navigate. It's much cleaner. It's easier.
My
to
quick
figure-
menu's not white. The notifications are, but Frozen, is yours white?
No, mine's blue.
Mine's blue, bro.
Are you sure you weren't playing your Xbox?
No,
That's what I'm saying, Giggles.
I was on my PS4.
PlayStation
Your
1.
X Station 4S?
Your Playbox?
But
You're dipping into it?
I don't know, maybe it was blue. But anyway, it just, I don't know. It felt
Dip.
like it was the perfect menu, but it just felt like it was so smooth and easy. But there's parts of it that I feel like they did their homework, and it almost felt like they took aspects of what made the PlayStation menu so great, and then took like the only good couple of things that came from the Xbox menu, which like literally was like one thing, and they merged it together. That's honestly how I felt. Like it honestly reminded me of the Xbox thing. It just, I don't know, with the slide-in menu and that.
You're delusional. Just...
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Whoop!
All right, let's coffee. Let's I know you're haunting us right now. Okay, can you please turn down the haunt a little?
Okay.
All right, let's get into some news. Last Guardian.
No one
Yeah.
cares.
Bummer.
Oh.
I'm so happy to be in this podcast just because of all sheer disappointment. This makes me so happy.
You're gonna be even more disappointed when I reach through my computer into your soul and crush your spirit
He doesn't have a soul.
with French.
Should
Yeah,
know.
I mean, literally nobody in their right mind or right soul would dislike that game, even though they haven't played it yet.
I actually don't even know what happened. I
You
just-
have it.
You know, this happened with No Man's Sky, and
Yes,
I
it
think,
did.
It just feels so right.
I think this is the only reason why you came onto the podcast this time. It was just to
I know, just to rub
bathe
it in our face.
Podcast 42, The Reckoning of Mr. Giggles.
For the record, I've been trying to be very nice. Okay? I can't guarantee how this is going to end. Well, no, I can guarantee how this is going to end. Anyway, The Last Guardian has been delayed to December. Okay. Last Guardian delayed. Any thoughts that matter?
I'm upset about it. You know, it makes me sad. But
Dude.
maybe I'll be like a little bit farther from like seeing like Trico get horribly, brutally murdered by, I don't know, space poachers or whatever's going to happen in that in that game. I don't know, dude.
Fantastic.
Well, I
I
have a-
was trying to make sure Giggles can't say crap.
just-
Oh my
just-
god. Neo, which Coffee has been a alpha tester so far? Alpha? Have you played? Isn't there beta?
Alpha.
You played the alpha, correct? Neo.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's pretty good.
When's the beta come out, or has it already been out?
It's been out. To be honest, they haven't actually changed much from it. I think they just did a couple tweaks, added some things they're talking about. I actually downloaded the beta, and it seemed, at least to me, that it was the same as the alpha that I had played for the most part. So I didn't, and I had already put in a ton of time of that, so I didn't put much time in.
Gotcha.
So I couldn't say for sure. Can't say for sure.
At TGS, they announced the official date. Release date could be February 9th, 2017. I thought it was supposed to come out this year. Am I correct in thinking that?
It was. They delayed it,
Gotcha.
unfortunately.
That's the Devil May Cry, whatever it called, looking game, right?
It's way more Dark Souls, for the record.
How does that look
But-
like Devil May Cry?
The picture that I saw on IGN just made it way look like Devil May Cry to me.
Well, it's a good thing you did your homework.
First of all, I don't do homework.
I don't do homework. I'm an adult.
Yeah, so that happened. The Witness, which I still have yet to beat, has been announced to have an update patch for the PS4 Pro.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it already ran at 60 frames per second, but apparently this is to update the visual fidelity of the game. I really liked the way it looked. It was very stylized, pretty simple, but very beautiful. I'm very curious to see how it would look after the update. But there were stories or rumors that if any developer or publisher wanted to retroactively patch a game to be compatible with the little enhanced features of the PS4 Pro, there were rumors saying that they could possibly charge for that, but I think that has been squashed. And one developer said that they are not allowed to charge for any patches or enhancements of the PS4 Pro version versus the PS4, which is pretty cool, I think.
Good.
Yeah. So that's cool. But that's pretty much all the news I wanted to bring up. What about you guys?
There was a delay in Kingdom Hearts 2.8 HD.
Damn it, Giggles.
Yeah, it's because Giggles is here. And
When was it supposed to come out?
It was supposed to come out in December, but they pushed it into, I think, February as well. It was one of those. They had a new release trailer, and it looks pretty cool, but I'm bummed because I wanted to ring in my new year with a little bit of Kingdom Hearts, but
yeah,
can't always have what we want.
Yeah,
That
sucks, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Wonder when 2.9 is going to come out, because 3 is never going to come out.
No, I know.
Exactly, I know.
Get dipping into that, guy. Anyway, there is one other thing that I saw. Danganronpa 3 was officially announced with a trailer.
Really? I didn't see this.
Yeah, for both PS4 and Vita.
Nice.
And
I'm looking forward to PS4 version.
Yeah, so that's different. I didn't really look into the trailer, as I have not beaten 2 in fear of spoilers. But
good call.
It looks to have a similar style, same character artwork. I didn't, I'll leave it at that. But for Danganronpa fans, I'm sure a lot of people are excited about that.
Was there a release date at all, or a release window?
I think so. I don't remember it offhand, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think obviously it's next year. I'm not exactly sure when next year.
Gotcha.
Also noteworthy is Persona 5 is now officially out in Japan.
Really?
For the love of
I didn't know there was such a
nobody spoil it for us.
Time discrepancy. Oh Lord.
Yeah. So we have to be careful on the internet right now.
Oh, I'm worried about Giggles. Do you hear him laugh?
Yeah.
I bet he's on it right now.
He probably is.
He's forcing.
They actually
blade.
And then when you turn on the game, apparently it has a disclaimer on the front that like the characters from the Velvet Room tell you, do not spoil this game for anyone else.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and I don't really remember a game doing that before. So
yeah.
Anyway, first reviews out. Famitsu gave it a 39 out of 40, which is a very respectable score. So, I didn't look into the details of it, but it's a ways away still for us. But Japan, they've got it. Import. If you can speak Japanese, you can play it, I guess.
Or if you can read Japanese,
or you could read it. That too.
Yeah,
Mostly the second one. Anyway.
That's cool about that. I didn't know about that disclaimer.
Yeah. So that's about. I think there's some other TGS stuff, but I haven't really.
Well, TGS is really going to kick off Wonder Sand tomorrow.
Yeah. There's been a couple little previews here and there.
Yeah.
with a couple things.
Frozen, what about you, man? Any news?
Yeah, I got a few things here. I have some Xbox news, which I can't substantiate at the moment. I'm going to ask you guys to help me out, Jeppy, if you can look into this. But about a
Sure.
week ago, it seems that Microsoft approved an NES emulator for the Xbox One and Windows App Store.
What the? I've never heard this before.
Yeah, the app is called Universal Emulator. It's by a developer named Nesbox. This particular app has been already on PC. It's kind of already has its following. They submitted the app to Microsoft for release on the Xbox One, and they passed the Xbox One certification. And that was about a week ago. So I think as of now, it is available. I was looking on Twitter a few hours ago, and I saw a lot of people playing some NES games on the Xbox One.
How in
How is that even okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's
Nintendo must not have known about it.
yeah, that's the issue here. So no word from Nintendo what what's going to happen,
It's
because I mean
been
we all know
removed off
it has.
the my I just searched it and it pops up with a giant thing if you search it. The product you're looking for isn't here anymore.
Okay, so that must have just happened because
What the hell was
apparently
Microsoft thinking?
yeah, I don't
Did they
know,
not
man.
check what the hell it was?
I don't
It's
know,
kind of
dude.
silly.
But the
I
people
don't know.
that downloaded it were able to play NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Color, and just other Game Boy games as well. So it was truly a universal emulator.
Hmm.
Um, no word from Nintendo yet, but I mean we all know Nintendo's been really adamant about keeping privacy to a minimum. So
Yeah.
you know, don't know.
Protecting their IPs.
Yeah, so good to see that it's off, and I really don't understand why
It was even allowed to
Microsoft.
be on there.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, other news I saw here a few months ago. You guys remember the whole Counter Strike gambling fiasco?
Yeah.
Okay, so Valve has been cracking down not only on those sites, but also they shifted their focus to fake reviews in games, and primarily how developers are giving out free Steam keys to their games with the hopes of, with either the hopes of or with strict rules to provide positive uh, reviews of the game. So they've been cracking down on that, and they actually made a switch on their policy that in order for you to provide a review on a game, you had to have purchased the game. So any of the Steam keys that were
Oh,
given
that wasn't
to
a
anybody,
requirement before?
no, that was not a requirement before. So with that, it's actually retroactive. So they've went ahead and already purged some reviews from about 160 games that fit that same criteria that the developers gave out Steam keys with the intention of getting positive reviews, and now they're trying to balance out, their rating system with that, which I think is pretty cool. Try to keep an even playing field. And trying not to get these developers to manipulate the system. So,
Yeah.
So not to cut you off, Frozen. I just want to say this because I was looking up that Universal emulator,
yeah.
and there's an article from winbeta.org, and I'm gonna kind of quote this, at least the first sentence from them. Just last week, we reported that you almost could have played Nintendo games on your Xbox One with the Universal Emulator app. Unfortunately, Microsoft quickly pulled the app from the store, but today the app has been restored once again, and it says sans Xbox One support. There's a tweet from them from Nesbox.com, which is the company you mentioned before.
Yeah.
And they stated as of yesterday at 1 o'clock, the emulator had been restored in the Win store, but without X1 support. So it looks like it was out, and they added it as an add-on, I guess, for additional support, and then they quickly realized they probably shouldn't have done that and pulled it. I don't
still
see
can't believe they
anything.
allow that even on Windows.
That's
I
so
think it
weird.
was a slip up on somebody. Like they requested. It was kind of
They
like
do
I
it
bet they
twice?
were. Yeah, like well, I'm pretty sure they probably requested as like additional support for something, and someone's like, "Oh, they just want this. We do it all the time," and then probably realized what it was for, and was like, "Yeah, we should not have done that."
Mm.
But I don't have any. It doesn't say anything else or any comments from from Xbox or anything like that. But I just thought I'd throw that out there that I just saw that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I mean, so if it was live and people downloaded it and are using it, when they remove it, it doesn't just go out and remove from all people's systems, right? It's kind of similar to like PT, I would imagine.
I
Um,
imagine it's got to be like the same, but my question is if it's an emulator when they would play games like from Nintendo, let's say, they would have to log in
Hmm.
to the store itself or the app itself and connect to play those games, right? Or is it automatically downloading a bunch of games all at once?
I don't think it's downloading a bunch of games. I think you're adding your ROM into it. I'm not familiar with the process. I didn't look deeper into that. Just some of the content that I saw on Twitter earlier today, like 5 to 6 hours ago, when I was seeing some people play on their Xbox One. So I don't know what kind of signing in feature or anything of that nature, but
I'm sure they'll be cutting that off real soon. I'd be shocked if they didn't.
yeah.
I'm surprised they're still. It kind of speaks to those old school games, not just NES, but the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. That people still want to play them, and they'll do whatever they can to play them.
Exactly, right. Some of those hard to find games, or games that are shut up in cost.
Yeah.
You have access to with that. Two more things that I have here. One, Jeppy, you're gonna love this. Just telling you right now.
Cool.
So Sega has officially announced the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you're being sarcastic.
Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Yes.
I actually think that game looks good, to be honest.
So there's already pre-orders for this collector's edition through Amazon. There's going to be like a 12-inch statue of Sonic on top of a Sega, and the Sega, when you flip the switch, it does have the startup audio. That Sega thing, as a kind of a collector's piece. There's going to be a download key for the game. There's going to be collector's box artwork, the whole thing on this. Not personally my deal, but I thought Jeppy would love
It's
it.
Jeppy's, yeah.
I.
Oh, come on, we gotta be honest. Sonic used to be good. Like if we go back to the like, I feel like I can't like completely badmouth Sonic. Yeah, recent Sonic has been pretty mediocre, but I had quite a bit of enjoyment in the Genesis days from Sonic. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean,
And he's best character Smash Brothers.
Ooh. I'm going to quietly step away now.
Shots fired.
Oh, it gets him so mad. It makes me so.
You got anything to say to that,
This used
Jeppy?
to be a
Good?
safe place. All this work for what? For despair?
Hey man, remember you used to hate Wario, and now you're okay with him. So maybe it'll happen for Sonic too.
You're bringing that crap up now?
I'm bringing that crap up now.
Ooh.
Remember what happened on the mountain, Coffee?
Oh,
Yeah. Let's
Should've
get
let
that,
Jeppy
okay?
off.
Said a lot right there.
oh,
Tell it on the mountain, man. What happened?
go tell it.
I'm not going to
On the
tell
mountain.
it.
All right, so the last bit of news that I had was Battlefield 1, the beta, I think already just concluded, if I'm not mistaken. But a big issue in the game is the weather effects that some people have discovered is actually independent from other people's gameplay. So if we're all playing Battlefield 1 at this moment, I could be experiencing a sandstorm in the multiplayer map that I'm in, while you guys have an absolutely clear, beautiful day, and I have trouble finding enemies. Well, you can see
That's
me.
kind of weird, messed up.
Yeah,
Hey, at least it's a beta though. I'm
yeah.
glad they're giving their feedback.
I don't think there's been an. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's any official word yet if it's going to be addressed. But I would imagine so because that's an unfair advantage for people to.
Battlefield's on thin ice with Hardline. They're
Mm.
on thin ice. They better please their fans.
Yeah, I would imagine so. There's been a lot of posts on Reddit of people playing simultaneously, and then they have different weather effects of rain or sandstorms or clear, bright, sunny day where their friend is getting the opposite. So um, it seems to be an issue with how the weather system is based off of the client or the person who's hosting the match. Um, so they're gonna, I would imagine they're gonna fix that because that's, like I said, that's just unfair.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's all that I had.
Cool. Giggles, did you have any news you wanted to bring up? Oh, okay. Question of the week? Kidding. Go.
Wait. Death Stranding.
Yeah, go for it.
So it's been announced that the game's open world and co-op. So I have no idea what to make of that, but
This is why I really, because with Kojima, it could be anything, right?
Yeah, it really could. Who knows?
He was. It was strange to see Kojima up on stage for that long of a time. He was describing, again, I don't know what this is, but he was describing how the evolution of multiplayer, how it pretty much started off as PvP and then it became PvE, as far as co-op. And then he started saying things like the typical way to, the typical weapon, he would say a club or a stick, which I think he was just more or less referring to typical weapons. And I'm assuming he was including guns in that. Or he implied that, but then he kept saying that the strands, or like, what if we could work together using strings or strands somehow to work together? I don't know if that meant in the gameplay you're going to use a literal string, or if that was more metaphorical, or probably both in his case. You know how he is, but he had they had a little drawing where it showed 4 people. I think he was one of them. It looked like it almost looked like they were jumping rope together, but I could have sworn one of them was Guillermo del Toro all the way on the left, and I don't know who the other 2 are, but they look like chibi versions of themselves. But
yes,
they also did say, or he also said that they're definitely targeting 4K. They're definitely going to support that with HDR right out the gate, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't see that game coming out any sooner than holiday 2017.
Dude, I don't think it's going to come out until 2018, personally.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
The good news is by then, I'm hoping 4K and HDR would be more accessible and affordable.
More normal. Yeah.
Should be cool. But yeah, that's cool. Anything else, guys? Giggles?
No, I mean, I'm just really pumped for the new expansion for Destiny next week.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
I love the trailer. I'm excited that they're expanding the universe more. Honestly, what's up?
Have you updated Destiny yet?
I have, but I haven't played.
Okay, just heads up. So, I don't remember them doing this to this extent with the Taken King expansion, but so they already introduced a new splash screen. They already introduced a new intro, like press X to start screen. Because it's cool, because I was kind of sick of seeing Oryx and The dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm glad that's kind of fresh. I like that emblem of in the snow. That thing looks cool. But they you are apparently able to, and apparently this was intentional. You can get access to, with a drop of an exotic engram, to a sidearm, exotic sidearm called Trespasser, which I hear is cool. I hear you can trade in legendary boot engrams and possibly get. My friend, she showed me. She had 337 boots already. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But they're introducing these little changes, and I like that because all these changes at once are so huge for me. Where it took me a little while to get used to it, but this is slowly getting me hyped up. I think it's pretty cool for next
Well,
week.
I've been, everyone knows I haven't been playing as much, but I am still a diehard Destiny fan, and I've been reading on it on and off, trying to at least keep up to date on it. And I happened to go pre-order my copy because I had totally forgotten to do so. And I was talking to the guy in the GameStop store, and he told me that with the new update, the game is basically downloaded already onto your PS4. Um,
It
he
was a pretty big
said,
update.
yeah, he said that what's cool is that if you are pre-ordering it, and I don't know if this is true for Xbox, I'm assuming it is because it's the same deal, that if you pre-ordered the game, you can actually go the day before on Monday and go get the code because that's all you're getting. It is a code. And you can just put that code in so that it automatically unlocks and you can just start playing.
I highly doubt they're gonna let you play it on the 19th.
No. What I'm saying is you can put the code in and immediately at midnight it activates.
Oh, instead of
Yeah,
downloading
instead of
something.
going and downloading, you can just start playing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
So, and I confirmed, everyone knows my brother plays Destiny as well, and him and his buddy have already gotten a sidearm, and I think the boots as well. They said that you can start getting gear, exotic gear for the game.
yeah.
So, I'm totally excited, and I think the next 3 weeks are going to be huge. I'm pretty much losing any social life because that game comes out, and then I've got 10 days to at least like max out my level before, which I don't know how they're I'm going to assume they're going to do more than just increase the light level, but I haven't really seen anything on that. Does anyone else know?
Dang, what was it? They were increasing the light level, I think, to 385 at first. I think I might be completely wrong. And then when the hard raid comes out, it's going to go up to 400. The levels themselves are staying at 40, which is nice. So we could just immediately start infusing.
Nice.
Yeah, but who knows what else? But I don't want to say too much because I know Frozen's on media blackout with this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I won't say anything else.
Yeah.
I will, as it's not a spoiler in any way or would affect Frozen in any way, I will say the one thing I
Careful.
thought was curious was I was talking to, I was reading a couple of things, and they said that they don't expect to bring new fans in. They're more like expanding the fan base they already have and trying to like kind of reward them for being loyal, was what the article kind of made it sound like. Um, I think that a lot of the reviews and things that I'm seeing, not really reviews, but just commentary, is just that they're really prepping themselves for Destiny 2, which rumors I've seen have started to swirl that there maybe might be an announcement next year.
Yeah, that better be.
Which, yeah, I think it's long overdue, and I think, they have an amazing game, and I think that with what we've seen in Taken King, and hopefully we'll see in the Rise of Iron, which I can't wait to play with you guys.
Except me, because I don't care.
Giggles, I wanted to ask you. Okay, we're leaving it open for you if you want. Do you want to play with us the night it comes out?
Absolutely, I'm down.
What about your brother?
I have no idea what he's doing. I don't care.
All right. Okay. So the three of us then.
Cool.
All right. Cool. All right. Cool. I got it. On
So,
record.
I'm super excited.
I'm not gonna touch it until you guys sign on. That day.
So,
Don't
deal.
touch it.
I'll tell you. Oh, the other thing I'm really excited for is that I've officially made sure my pre-order was all ready to go for Final Fantasy 15.
There you go. I which edition did you get?
I bought the special edition.
There you go. Me too.
So I'm so excited for that game. I believe I watched the movie already. I actually bought it.
How
Uh,
is it?
I you know what? Did anyone ever watch the anime for it?
I didn't. I need to watch that.
No, I need to finish
Okay,
it.
I only watched the first episode. I'm hoping that it kind of jumps you in, and I kind of know who all the characters were already because we've all watched the trailers. Um, I'm kind of it kind of jumped around a little bit, but um, I don't know. I just want to learn so much about that universe. I feel that's going to be like a Dragon Age game where you're just going to spend so much time just exploring stuff just to see what happens.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right, Frozen, you're up.
All right, question of the week. I want you guys to take a second to think about either a type of game or a game in particular that frustrates you to play, but you can't take yourself away from it.
Wait,
So,
hold on. I'm sorry. It frustrates you to play, but you can't take yourself away from?
yeah, so it's something that you may be addicted to, or you may even like playing those type of games, but it just frustrates you, whether it's a concept in a game or an actual, game itself. I'll give you an example
Cool.
for this. So for me, those tower defense type games,
Yeah.
they frustrate the hell out of me. Okay, and I don't know if it's because I either lose patience or just get so frustrated that the difficulty keeps increasing, and I don't have as I haven't set up my fields to properly defend it. I get so frustrated those type of games that I quit it altogether. But then something pulls me back into it to play.
So it frustrates you in a bad way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But there's just enough for you to want to play.
But yeah, there's just enough for me to be
Huh.
like, okay, you know what? I got my ass kicked on that for like 10 times. I know what I did wrong. Let me try it again. Oh, damn, I failed my 11th time. The hell with this game. I'm going to go back and try it again. Stuff like that.
The first thing that comes to mind for me would be survival horror games. I want to say, I remember the Resident Evil remake was like that for me, where it was frustrating as far as, but this was by design, right? Where, ammo scarcity is there.
Yeah.
The controls were tank controls and stuff like that. And there would be times where I would die because of the controls, and that would make me mad. But the completely different aspect of the game, just a desire to see more of the mansion, made me want to go back to it. So that's what comes to mind for me.
Cool.
Pretty much just asked Dark Souls. I mean, that's the only thing I could think about as far as that goes. I mean, that game, those games, especially when you try to roll through solo, are brutally difficult, and it just comes to repetition, learning fight patterns, learning, mechanics and stuff like that. But the satisfaction at the end is worth it. But when it comes to games like Dark Souls, I usually, when I'm high stress, when I'm in a state of high stress, it frustrates me to no end going home and playing one of those games. But I do it anyway sometimes, so it's my own fault. But yeah, Dark Souls.
Ooh. Yeah, no, they can be very, very annoying. So much so that I even stopped playing Dark Souls 1.
There you go.
What are you, Giggles?
That's a tough one. And this is gonna sound like a weird answer, and I have to explain it. But to me, I'm gonna say like any BioWare game, like Dragon Age Origins, Mass Effect, or even like which is not a BioWare game, but like Deus Ex in a way. In the sense that like if I'm trying to beat the game in a certain way or achieve a certain outcome, um, the beauty of those games isn't that like you're gonna die over and over and they're ridiculously hard. I mean they can be, but it's in the idea that uh, you create your own world within the game of like how you want your characters and how you want to be perceived and if what side do you want to be on of what debate. And I'll sit in like in Deus Ex is a really easy example. Like when I first got that game, when that game came out, Mankind Divided, I spent the first, I know for a fact it was at least 5.5 hours on just the first area. Because there was a certain way I wanted to beat it that if I didn't do it perfectly the way I wanted, I had to restart that game. Which is, I was just talking to Coffee about this earlier before we started the podcast. Like, that game is probably no more than 25 hours. But with the amount of restarts I had, the amount that I would have played through something for 20 minutes and be like, I can't do it this way, it frustrates me. Or, did I make the right decision by agreeing to help this person or not agreeing to help this person? I have to start again. And that's something that in Dragon Age, I kind of echoes, where I was playing that, and you make this decision, and I'm like, morally I feel disgusted by that decision now that I think about it. I have to go back and do something different. So it's frustrating in the sense that like I don't know what the right decision is, but it makes me love the game because of the fact that I actually care about what decision I'm making. I'm not just clicking buttons on the controller. Like when I play Smash with Jeppy. So.
Once a year, Jeppy. Just once a year. Okay. I do want to change my answer because I thought of a better idea. Yeah. So Resident Evil, they did that a lot of that by design. The games actually really frustrated me. Were Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. And Coffee, what was it?
Peace Walker?
Thank you, Peace Walker. Mainly because the controls were crap. The whole mechanic of stealth for me, I didn't like. The whole just you want to do CQC was just a pain in the butt. The only thing that got me through those games were the story and the characters. Those games. That's why I really enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 5, because finally the controls were exactly how I wanted them to be, and I enjoyed the gameplay a lot more in that one. And I don't think they designed those controls and stealth system and combat system like that on purpose. I think it was just due to limitations of the hardware or the firmware, I guess, or the engine, the game engine. So I think, to me, that's a more accurate answer to your question than Resident Evil or survival horror games.
Cool. Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. It's a weird question. Weird good. It's a weird good question. I just didn't expect that.
Good.
But you never know when Giggle's on. Anyway, so anything else you guys want to add?
Sums it up.
Okay. You know what I want to try? Giggles, why don't you close it out for us? Go for it, man.
I knew it.
What?
Go ahead and close the podcast for us. And we have confirmed, by the way, that people actually listen up to this point. People none of us know.
Yeah.
Better good
listeners.
Say the things. Say the things.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel like
you say it now.
Just like, what? I can't do this. I don't deal well with this spotlight nonsense. This is Jeffy's job. I'm here for.
Actually, this is Frozen's job. But I want to hear what you do.
Oh God! All right. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for listening to us tonight. This is. I don't know. What does Jeff usually say? I don't know. Something like this.
Hey, to be honest with you, you're doing better than I usually do. So I'm not even joking.
But
Frozen, you want to do it? Because this is.
Yeah, I got it.
Where I go for it.
Just do it. Just do it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us in episode 42 of the Brainal Podcast. As always, check us out on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, and Shout Engine, where you can catch up on our previous back catalog of podcasts. On YouTube, we recently just posted a gameplay of Jeppy and I going through the DLC of Layers of Fear called Inheritance.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to give us a shout, email us at podcasts@brainal.net. Thank you once again. I'm Bros and GFX.
I'm Jeppy Kondo. God.
I'm some guy.
Good coffee.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.